Now, if you here and you're actually earning a small amount of money or in terms of your salary, what do I mean? Like you earn that little amount of money. Now, what exactly can you do? Now, this is what exactly I want you to do, or I would advise you to do, by the way, so that at least you can do something constructive in terms of your self-development as far as the finances are concerned. And by the way, if it's your first time watching me, my name is Joseph. Talk about anything and everything related to money, how to make it, invest it, expand and execute any ideas that you have out there, all right? And by the way, guess what? I usually upload a video each and every day, so you can, go ahead and hit that subscription button so that you'll be notified whenever I upload a new good video. And again, hit that like button. It's like telling me thank you for your good work. And by the way, I'm also approachable. You can always grab my number is always on the description of this specific video. So is the email. Let's get the business now. See, now here you are. You recognize yourself as earning small amount of money. First of all, before I even tell you what to do, and by the way, I have all those points for you on what you're supposed to do. But before we go there, let me ask a question. What exactly compels you to believe, think, or even understand that you actually earn way less? Okay, now let's find out. Okay, number one, is it really that you earn a small amount of money? Like, honestly, you earn a small amount of money, all right? Or number two, do you actually have more things to spend on compared to actually that what you make? For example, let's say here you are, you really need to survive on a 30,000 Kenyan shillings at the end of the month, but what you're making is actually 25,000, or let's say maybe even 20, the exact amount of money that you actually make. So you get into this sort of a rat race kind of a thing, and you always consume all that what you make. So it can be in two ways. One is either you really actually making way less money. Two, you have actually bigger appetite on what you want to spend on compared to that what you earn. Let me tell you one secret about life, okay? There is a time where you got your first salary. You can remember how much it was it. You got an increment. At the time goes, there was an increment. You still complain of the same problem. There is an increment. You still complain of the same problem. Now, let me tell you one secret. I know you may argue from the point, hey, you know what, Joseph, by then I was single, I have a family and all those kind of things. That's true. But obviously, it's not like I think that came out of nowhere. For just wake up in the morning and you just say, boom, I have a family. No, you saw it coming. You ought to adjust yourself as you move to the next level so that at least you can have what we call the planning. All right. So let's go to point number one. The point number one is one thing that is supposed to lower the house expenses. Without no doubt, if there is something that consumes a lot of people's money, it's about the house expenses. Now, I can spend like an entire age talking about this. See, if you go back to home, if there's something that actually consumes way amount of money in your house is actually the house expenses. For example, say you rent, your food, your entertainment, your clothing, maybe say buying a TV, buying a couch, buying utensils, buying, making sure that your family is okay. All those kind of things. We call them in generally what? They are house expenses. Now, all those things, if you put them in one basket, they are the one that usually consumes way a lot of money. And remember one thing, never forget this the rest of your life. There are two things in life. You see, we have the sustainables, things that just makes you, sustain yourself, like you're just here. For example, depends on when you're watching this video, you're either preparing to go to job tomorrow or you're actually on job or something of sort. Like that's what sustains you: the transport, the food, the clothing, the rent, all those kind of things. They don't develop yourself in one way or the other. They just sustain you as a human being. Okay, like buying bundles or maybe having Wi-Fi. That's why you're watching me. All right, that's what we call the sustainable. So if you can be able to lower the expenses as far as the house is concerned, that would be the best great thing that you can ever do. If you are living in a house that you know you cannot afford it, you're just doing so, you're overstraining yourself, you just want to prove to people that you're making some cash, come on, just swallow that ego. Get out of the place and get yourself a comfortable place where you can be able to, some of you guys, I realize you're living in a house that if today you get fired for just a single month, the second month you're starting borrowing all over the place. And the problem that you're borrowing to pay for the consumables, meaning you're not borrowing to invest. So even if you tell them you're going to pay them, you're lying. It's true, you're lying, because there's no way you can actually generate that amount of money. It's like somebody borrowing you money when they're in hospital. Well, you would love to help them, but the fact remains, hey, how are they going to pay you back? All right, that's it. Now, number two, you're supposed to cut on the entertainment expenses. Hey, listen, if you're actually having this low salary amount of money, this is not a time to think even about entertainment. I'm not saying that you should be sad at all the time. No, do those things that do not require like huge amount of money in terms of you entertaining yourself. All right, you cannot tell me that you're going out there and doing some boat riding and you're doing some other expenses kind of a things. No, come on, you're supposed to actually cut on those expenses. Maybe say you drink and perhaps maybe you drink a lot. Come on, this is the high time to cut on it. And by the way, you not only save your home, but also you save your coins. That's exactly how you do it. Cut on those entertainments things that you're doing. If you go it you grab some of those eateries from those fast food joints. You grab those expensive coffees that does not add anything to you, or apart from just giving you some those that sort of adrenaline rush or something of sort. I mean, seriously, go ahead and trying to cut on those things that you and call them entertainment. I know we human beings, we really need to entertain ourselves. I understand that. But when to do it, that's what matters a lot. If you know that you're not yet financially stable, just take 2 or 3 years of financial sacrifice. You tighten the belt and roll up your sleeves, and guess what? Get your heads dirty and try to do something that's gonna do something in terms of. And let me tell you one secret, by the way. I know this sounds like, I know you're like, okay, fine, another video, okay, okay. I know it sounds like it's, in Swahili we say it's like hadithi za abunuasi. What I mean by that point is that make sure that at least you do something about yourself. Nobody is coming to save you, by the way. That's a reality. Even if they sell you all those dreams, and what the fact remains is all by yourself. Okay. Now, number three is that DI what you can, do it yourself what you can. There's all those things that you can do. For example, I had a client that we were having a conversation, and the client was telling me, I don't want to say the gender. The client was telling me, I'm unable to cook. I don't want to cook. I just feel like I don't want to do something. I just want to go out there, grab some food. I come back home, I eat, I drink, and I sleep. I just want to get myself. And then you ask yourself, okay, fine. I don't want to do some cloth washing, home preparation. I just want to grab somebody, bring them home, and they do it for me. And okay, fine. There's no problem if you're okay. But now here we are talking about you having that small amount of money. And when I talk about small amount of money, you can be earning like thousands of dollars here in the end of the month, but it's actually way small compared to what you salvage in terms of the savings. All right. So at that particular point, you aren't supposed to focus or think about having all those things done by yourself. These are things that you can be able to do by yourself. So be it. Just do it by yourself. Okay. It's quite simple. It's as simple as that. All right. So that at least you can save or salvage some coins and channel it towards investment. The other thing, which is number four, is that prioritize your health. By the way, let me tell you one secret. Um, I know you already know what exactly I wanted to say about this. This is quite an essential place. For example, right now, where we are not having healthcare systems. We are actually having healthcare industries. I don't want to talk about this because it will sound a little bit controversial, but the health care industry that we have, not only in Kenya, not only in Africa, but globally, it has a lot of things that I don't want to get myself into, but I have to be very careful. Some of the figures are inflated and all those kind of things. So if you can actually be able to take care of your health, and when I say take care of your health, not only maybe getting insurance, but also making sure you are aware of what you eat, when you eat it, you exercise, you at least get yourself off those non-communicable diseases, be a person who actually cares about their health in terms of the eating, exercising, and all those kind of things, and also topping up or wrapping up that one with an insurance that will actually do good in your life. And if maybe not an insurance, then you can be saving a certain percentage of your cash towards taking care of your health. It's quite a strange thing. For example, if you come from Africa, you can relate to this. You can just imagine having somebody somewhere, maybe they are, let me not use that example, it's quite extreme, but I am telling you, take care of this industry. This can actually do something not so good as far as your finances are concerned. And God forbid, everything is good and gonna be all right. All right, just shake it off. Shake it off. Number five, it's about settling your debt. Do you have any debt outstanding right now? You see, those are the things that are small that can actually deter you from achieving your full potential. Because the moment you try to stretch, the debt is out there. The moment you try to, oh my goodness, the debt is there, that debt is there. So you are supposed to actually focus on actually eliminating these debts. Focus on actually finding out, hey, what debts do I have? Okay, and do not have this character of taking the debts. Maybe that one actually can go to the next point. Avoid having what we call the consumable debt. What is a consumable debt? Is when you realize that the amount of money that you're making at the end of the month is not enough to actually cater for your services. So what exactly do? You turn to debts. And these debts that you're getting, you're not getting them on the basis of investing them. Guess what you're getting them on? You just want to get them, be able to take them out there and be able to do what? just funding your day-to-day things like the transport, like things to do with food, paying rent, paying school fees, and all those kind of things. If it is possible, if you ask me, if it is possible, do away with those kind of debts. Those are the things that can actually deter you from realizing your full potential. And there is nothing worse than having like several guys who have lent you money and you cannot be able to actually pay them. There was a time I did receive a call from a client. She was having like close to 10 lenders. They were asking her money right and left, right and left. All right. So it's good to be very careful on what debt you're getting, so that at least you actually go ahead and actually get that shameful thing that can come to you later in the day. Right. So with that regard, as far as the settling the debt first, and of course avoiding the debts that actually the consumables. But if you can get a debt or a loan to invest it for the purpose of growing yourself, provided you've laid the strategies and actually have what you call the rightful investment plan or a business plan, it is okay. You can always go for the debt. But if just a debt of actually funding those kind of things, avoid them as a plague. Because if you do not, then you're going to get yourself into lots of problems. That's the reality, right? Now, we go to the point number 6, budget and save no matter how small it is. Now, this is another crazy point that people tend to excuse themselves from. Whenever you talk about the language of saving and salvaging and sacrificing discipline and being consistency, you don't resonate with them. They tell you, okay, fine, you're saying amazing, it's okay, I agree with you, but the amount of money that I'm getting at the end of the month, day or weekly, it's not enough for me to actually save. Listen, there is no any amount of money that is out there that is not savable. Any amount of money that is out there, it's actually savable. It has that potential to be saved. I repeat, there is no any other amount of money that is out there that is not savable. Any amount of money that is out there, it is savable. It's a money that you can actually do something as far as your life is concerned. So go ahead and do something about it. Just try it, no matter how small it is. All right. See why we are doing so? Not because we want you to achieve like humongous goal in terms of whatever you are saving, but at least you get yourself a certain character, so that when the luck hits you and you actually get a good amount of money, or when you're exposed to a good amount of money, you have inbuilt character that will facilitate you towards saving and salvaging as much as you can. But if you just get into it the freestyle with this mentality, but by virtue of me earning more than I'll be able to save, you're getting it wrong. The last one but not the least is that expand on your source of income. How about you get yourself some multiple streams of income? But you cannot be able to do that. And that's why I've actually did put that point as the last one deliberately. You know why I did so? People I know, they'll talk about have more streams of income. But the reality is, how do you create that more stream of income? That goes back all the way to point number 1. You cut on these expenses. You have the budget. You do something so that you can celebrate some cash. And once you all do all things, guess what happens? When you have the budget, you actually save some amount of money. This amount of money is what you either start a business or an investment. That is the procedure. It's nothing else. Or number 2, if you don't want to follow all this route, if you have another skill that you can actually engage yourself in another job, maybe you can have like 2 jobs. Now you can actually make more money. Now save that what you're making an extra, and also invest it, get passive income. There are 2 ways on actually approaching this, but this one stands to be like the primary way of doing exactly that. Okay, anyway guys, guess what, that marks the end of my video. But don't forget this, hit like button, comment down below, like the video, and also make sure that you subscribe. And here, for now, it's a goodbye. Don't forget, pick that number of mine, give me a call. Let's talk business. For now, it's a goodbye. See ya.